SoFi stock is soaring. We're going to talk about exactly why that is in this video, whether or not you should buy, whether or not you should sell, what I'm doing with my shares, etc. First, before we get into all that, I'm Austin. I'm a co-owner of cloudmusictweet.com and of course a stock market investor and a SoFi shareholder. So I'm super excited about this video. We're sitting at like 160 subscribers right now. Click that subscribe button for me. Like the video if you do end up liking the video as you watch through. And as a thank you for doing all that, here's a picture of both of my kitty cats, Millie and Luna. They're beautiful and they thank you for subscribing and liking. Thank you so much. Okay, SoFi is soaring. Looking at the numbers for the day, SoFi was up 11.46% on the day and then about another 1% in the after hours for an insane 12.5% move in a single day. Why is the stock moving so much? Big reason is because the new debt ceiling deal where the government is going to raise the debt ceiling, which can sound a little scary, but it can be good for a lot of stocks. They're going to raise that debt ceiling. It seems like they've reached an agreement. It's not totally pen to paper finalized yet, but inside that deal, student loan forbearance is ended. So with the pandemic, they stopped student loan payments. It's been like 3 years since anyone's been required to make a federal student loan payment. SoFi is a massive beneficiary of student loan refinances, but that has been on hold in a massive way for them because of that student loan forbearance. They used to get a ton of their revenue, like an insane amount of revenue from student loan refinances before the pandemic started. And then once the pandemic started, that kind of hit them in a massive way, and it's been a downward pressure on the stock for a long time. Once these student loans come back and people start refinancing again, the idea is SoFi is the leader in that space. They're going to get a ton of refinances from these student loans. So that's one of the main reasons that SoFi is moving up in a big way. The second reason is just that it was kind of a classic rotation day. It seems like we moved out of the safety stocks and into the high risk stocks or the high beta stocks. All right, so it was just a classic rotation into tech names, into high risk names anyway. And then that, along with the added volume of the hype around student loan refinances coming back because the forbearance is going to end, that's going to be a huge tailwind pushing SoFi forward and helping out their revenue and earnings. If this does happen, I totally 100% see the first EPS positive quarter for SoFi happening either in Q3 or in Q4 of 2023. That would be huge for SoFi. So I see a lot of positive news coming around SoFi over the next little while. I'm not one to make short-term stock predictions. I'm more about the long-term, a year, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. But in the short term, I see great progress for SoFi as it relates to share price, because I think they're going to get all this hype from the student loan refinances, along with their earnings just getting better and better quarter in, quarter out with the insane revenue growth that they keep putting up. I've made a bunch of videos recently that I think it's already attractive from a price to book standpoint in comparison to big banks. Like with the crazy amount of growth they have, to be trading at a lower price to book than some of these big banks like JP Morgan is just kind of crazy. I don't think that's going to last over time. So I do think money's going to keep on flooding into SoFi over the coming weeks, months, years. I think it's going to be a great story over the long term, especially as they turn that profitability corner because of things like student loan refinances, helping them out, pushing those earnings, pushing those revenues higher and higher, while still trying to become the AWS of the fintech space, be the back end of banking, especially for all these neobanks and even some of the legacy banks that need assistance with payment handling and bank backend. I'm a very proud shareholder of SoFi. I will be picking up shares of SoFi as we move through the next few weeks, few months. Pullbacks are best times for me to add shares, but I'm not going to get too picky around pricing, okay? I don't want to be the guy 6 months from now when I see SoFi at $12 and say, oh, I wish I would have bought it when it was a 6. That would have been a great opportunity for me. So I'm almost to my total number of shares that I want to own for SoFi. So I'm going to slowly add the rest of those shares over the next few weeks and months, and then I'll be a holder from there until a very long time from now as I watch the story play out with SoFi. I've been aggressively adding shares over the last 18 to 24 months, about 2 years now, and I don't regret any of my buys so far, and I'm super excited to see where the company goes over the short-term, mid-term, and long-term horizons. So let me know if you're buying, let me know if you're selling the stock. Because of this, it's probably going to be a great tailwind to move SoFi forward and keep it in the hype cycle, and I already think, like I said, the valuation's in a great spot. So let me know what you're doing with SoFi. If you hate the stock, if you love the stock, if you're buying the stock, if you think it's going to go down, if it's a trash stock, if it's the best stock in the world, let me know. I want to hear about it in the comments. Thanks so much. Hope you have a great day.